Uh, Hello? I guess we're doing this. Hope it doesn't sound terrible. Hi everyone, I'm Coyote Clockwork, and this is I wanted to do a voiceover video to talk about my process, and uh, this isn't exhaustive or anything. I think the video is too long, but let me know what you get out of it. What you would like to see. Um, this is how I work. I start out on newsprint. Like, you can buy big sheets of it and it's just blank. And I work in colored pencil from a thumbnail. So, like, this has gone a lot of compositional passes in my sketchbook as a thumbnail before it gets referenced in the initial sketch. So then I take a picture or scan the original sketch. You can see there I just took a picture. I just snapped a picture of it because sometimes it's just easier to grab it on your phone and have it sent to you as an image. And you can see that I'm totally cheating here. I'm copying another wolf by somebody else who I admired their shape work, and that's really what I'm trying to work on, is really good shape work. I was kind of trying to make this guy look a little bit like an anime wolf because he's got like the floof. Like, wolves in Japan are always drawn with like really big fluffy sideburns, and I really like that. It's just not something that comes naturally to my style, so I was really trying to reference like anime wolf. I love werewolves. I'm a huge fan of Werewolf the Apocalypse, and this was kind of a homage piece to the Garu, who were heroic werewolves, and I'd never seen that before, and they had really good world building, so I think that kind of just inspired me for life. Werewolf the Apocalypse is a ridiculous game. World of Darkness is a ridiculous game. Especially like Vampire the Masquerade, which I live action role played back in the day, in the 90s, and they called the police on us because they thought we were Satanists doing a ritual. This got really off track. I am just working out my shape language here. I'm not very good at just I've thought in terms of line for so long that it's really like, oh my god, shapes. And this is what I'm really struggling with, and I'm not very good at rendering. I'm not very good at doing detail, and I've realized kind of how much I have depended on digital painting to kind of cheat that for me. So I really tried to go more detailed on this guy than I normally do, because I really suddenly feel like I can't render. I'm just like, I can't make something look detailed and good, and I know it's important to have areas where it's not important to have detail, like to let the eye rest, but that was not this kind of exercise. It was not about edge work or brush economy or anything like that. I was really focusing on my shapes, and that's what I'm doing here, because this is going to be my final under sketch. Structural drawing? What do you call that? I really need to work on my vocabulary. Underdrawing. This is going to be the final underdrawing that I will reference in my final drawing when it is transferred onto its fancy schmancy paper. This was Ma Tienna's that the final drawing got done on, which is a pastel paper, and I don't really know if I like it. It gives a lot of good texture, but I'm kind of finicky about my lines. I don't know if that's like a digression that I should try to do, that it's like, hey, why don't you work on like rough paper for a while and just let go all of this like problems with detail. At the same time, I just mentioned that I can't render anything, so I don't want to do anything that's like impressionistic right now. Felt like I was working with really strong shapes here, and I really like how this turned out. Like, I was so pleased with this sketch, I posted it to my Instagram, and it got a lot of attention. So I think that was really cool. Like, this got me 2 followers on Instagram, just the underdrawing. I tried some compositional stuff out here that actually you'll see later in the video does not work. So anyway, this is the final drawing, and it's scanned and it has its base colors. I wanted to do like this basically Siamese cat. Now that I think about it, wolf, but I've seen a lot of really interesting like golden wolves that are basically just black wolves that are molting, and it's really beautiful. But I've seen a lot of people do kind of like this buckskin wolf. The base of the coat has to be black. It just has to be. And then because the fibers of the hair are changing for winter or summer, they become brown. They reveal the brown. So you get kind of the sometimes you get like black and gold, and then sometimes you can get like this, the like the whole body except the extremities is showing the gold. I really like that appearance in wolves. I did another piece called Moonwolf. You can see it on my Instagram, and it was based off of a guy in Montana had taken pictures of these beautiful wolves that were blowing their coats. They were black wolves, but they had gold on them. And I referenced one of the drawing photos that he took because it was just such a beautiful creature. And then tried to replicate it. There's a lot of beauty in nature that I try to recreate with my stuff, and I am so much more an animal person than I am a human person. I'm really not that good at people. And I have actually been practicing on people for the last 2 years, and it's like, oh my God, this is so hard. Like, there's no uncanny valley when you're working with animals, and that's like the last 15 years of my life has been spent studying animal anatomy. And I'm okay with that. It just, I don't know how weird it is. Because I don't know. I don't really like the furry community. I'm sorry. Please don't label me a furry, but whatever. We can talk about that later if people are interested. I'm just really trying to do more shape work here. You know, the scan becomes kind of this 50% template, and you get all of your midtones. So now I'm just kind of dealing with my darkest darks and my lightest lights, and that's a big relief. I'm still learning a lot about painting, and I don't entirely want to abandon line as part of my style. I really enjoy line as an element, and there's just too much love I have for animation and comic books and things like that to let go of line. I really appreciate line for how beautiful it can make a piece. And a lot of people that I admire also use line very strongly. So I don't know if I'm ever going to be like a complete painter the way that I was for my kitsune pieces. You can, I've recorded the process on that, and that to me is more like legit painting. And painting is nothing but shape work. You spin a lot of plates when you're doing a piece, and it's like the stuff that you're good at, it's easy to keep those plates spinning. And the stuff that you're not, you really struggle with. And I do struggle a lot in those kitsune paintings. You can see that I'm just doing the fur tufts like over and over and over. And then I messed up the lighting on those things anyway. I had a friend that was like, oh, well, they're really good, but I was like, so I think maybe I wanted to back up and do something that was a little safer. I could get anxiety attacks over my art, so isn't that great? Isn't it just wonderful being an artist? So I really wanted to do something that was a little bit more like almost comic book style and graphic, just like really big, ridiculous shapes. Like, because I've studied animals so much, like I can't quite let go of my proportion work. And this was like, okay, the shape language is like all the shapes already there. We're going to do a big werewolf with giant hands. And there you go. You can see backgrounds like are a huge problem for me. I have zero interest in backgrounds, and I am trying to get into them more. because a lot of really good background artists are just like, it's about the shape work. It's about the shape work. So it's like, I really should look at that as a thing. And I am doing a graphic novel. I'm drawing, and it's forced me to confront a lot of my shortcomings. And it's like, okay, we're going to learn about perspective, and we're going to learn about drawing cubes, and we are going to do cube drills and backgrounds as shapes in the graphic novel made like panel after panel a lot more interesting for me. I'm a big fan of Mike Mignola, and he's really good at like making one or two gravestones look like an entire cemetery, you know, in one panel. So I am still really not good at backgrounds, is what I'm trying to say. I had this idea of the moons, because like those are such easy, like immediate shapes to identify with a werewolf, like, or a wolf piece, and people like wolves. So I work in foil sometimes, that my prints are finished with like a metallic shape on them, and I was like, this would be cool as like a metallic piece. I'd probably do more foil elements, like revisit this one, but I think it would be cool as a metallic piece. So that was my thinking, and that was why I wanted to do like a full bleed, like night sky in the forest. That was like, hey, does this tell a story or what? And the answer is no, because my background is not that interesting. And it killed me. It took 2 weeks for me to fix what was wrong with this, because it was like, I have this beautiful werewolf, and it doesn't have a good background. And my friend has fixed a lot of pieces for me, so I have a lot of respect for her. You need a good critique partner. And she was like, do this and it'll be fine. And I didn't believe her. And it took me 2 weeks to fix everything that was wrong. And it was like, once I went in and started doing like just the tribal carving background, it made so much more sense, and it looked so much better. And I did not trust myself or the process on this, and I really feel like I should have, because I would have gotten this video out 2 weeks earlier. But I'm fighting a lot of demons in my own head, and the art is unfortunately a trigger for that, but it's also a refuge. So that's kind of what I'm struggling with right now, is establish a good YouTube channel and do good art. And I'm really glad that I did this piece. I think it turned out really good. I was very pleased with it, and I think it'll do pretty good when I post it on Instagram, because I don't know yet. But it ended up like, I'm really proud of this piece, and I feel like it's a good start to my channel, because I feel like it solidly shows my process. I like werewolves, and you will probably see a lot of them on this channel. Werewolves are my favorite mythical animal, and I'm a horse person, so I hope you like horses. I can post anything. I have like an illustration project that I would like to do for some tarot cards, and that involve dinosaurs. So if that's interesting to you at all, by all means, follow along with me, because I would like fellow artists to talk with. But there's so many people here on YouTube and in the artistic community that are just like, la la la, artist therapy, look at my beautiful art, it makes me happy. And it's like, how can you think about art like that? I want to know how to think about my art like that and be more satisfied with the work that I do. I have a lot of high standards for myself, but I've also been drawing for 20 years. I feel like I've put the work in, and I need to give myself a break. Like and subscribe if you feel like it. It sure helps the channel out. Thanks for hanging out with me. See you guys next time.